and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms on the guitar, so stay tuned if this is something that you'd like to learn. And really quick before we jump into the tutorial, I wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Enya Music. I'll actually be featuring their new NovaGo Acoustic Plus guitar in a sparkling green in this tutorial today, so if you like what you see, make sure to check out the link in the description box down below as well as in this iCard right up here. Alright, so I'm going to categorize this song as a beginner/intermediate just because there are a few things that you should be aware of, but first of all, let's talk about our guitar. You need it to be in standard tuning, and we do not need a capo to play this in the original key. I have 11 different chord shapes to show you today, which is one of the reasons it might feel a little more intense, but trust me, most of these chords are super easy. We only have one bar chord, which is our G minor chord, but I will show you a non-barred way to play that chord as well. And then I also wanted to teach you 2 strumming patterns that you can use to play through the whole song. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial and we'll start with the chords. Alright guys, so like I said, we have 11 chord shapes to play through the song, and we're going to start with our D, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts that you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube in episode 3, so I'll make sure to link that video right here for those of you who need it. The next chord shape is our D major 7. We also have D7. Then there's E minor. We have A7, we have the G chord, we have D diminished 7, then there's E7, then we have our A chord, next is B7, and then the last chord is our bar chord, which is G minor. But like I said, if bar chords are hard for you, something you can do is instead of barring this first finger, you can just take your same D major 7 chord shape that we learned earlier and just scoot it up 1 fret so that all of your fingers are on the 3rd fret, and then just play the bottom 3 strings. So the G minor chord is not used super a lot in this song, so you could totally get away with just strumming it this way if that's more comfortable for you. Alright, so even though most of these chord shapes are not that difficult to play, it is likely that you maybe have come across 1 or 2 that you've never seen before, so make sure to pause the video and just take some time to memorize those chord shapes as well as transition back and forth between them. The song moves super quickly at full tempo, so you want to make sure that you can transition between them smoothly to make learning the rest of the song that much easier. But once you've done that, we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that I would suggest for this song. So as I always say, if you're new to guitar, the first thing I would suggest is starting with a practice pattern, which as you can see is just a single down strum on the beat for every chord change. And basically what you want to do is sing through the whole song with this single down strum and just get used to knowing what word or what syllable you're singing whenever those chords are changing. So for example, let's go ahead and bring up verse 1 as an example, and all you want to do is sing through the song and do a single down strum for each of these chords that you see above the words. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Alright? So basically you want to do that for the entire song and just get really familiar with how your singing and your guitar parts go together. And then once you have that under your belt, we can talk about the full strumming pattern. Alright guys, so strumming pattern 1, as you can see, is just down, down, up, and it's going to sound like this. And then before we move any further, I do want to just go ahead and put a vertical line in the middle of this strumming pattern, and basically all that's going to represent is where we're going to change chords. So we're basically breaking the strumming pattern kind of in half, and on the left half we're going to have 1 chord, and on the right half is a whole different chord. You'll see this reoccurring theme in this song where we kind of switch those chords really quickly, and so this is the strumming pattern that goes with most of the song. So again, let's just talk about this rhythm really quick. You are going to have a little bit of a triplet, like bouncy rhythm with this. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kind of dancey like that. And so you want your strumming to mimic this. So when we apply that to our strumming hand, it's gonna go down, down, up, down, down, up. All right, so it's very flowy. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's go ahead and just practice that for a few measures with our D chord on. You have down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, a 3, 4, up. All right, so once you get that rhythm down, we just want to put those chords back in. So we have D, D major 7, all right? And then you'll see this throughout the rest of the song as well. If you look at the third line here, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun, that's the same thing. We have E minor, then we have A7. So again, we're just splitting that in half. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. All right? So basically, anytime in this song when you see those chord transitions moving a little bit more quickly, you want to use this first strumming pattern. But for the rest of the song where we hold out the chords for full measure, you do want to use a different strumming pattern. So let's go ahead and talk about strumming pattern 2. And speaking of strumming, this is the perfect time to thank our other sponsor for today's video, Black Mountain Picks. You might have noticed this little buddy on my thumb here. This is my Black Mountain thumb pick. And the reason I like using these so much is because he has an innovative spring design that holds the pick to the actual part that clamps around your thumb. So that just lends itself to a much tighter grip than you'll find with other thumb picks that are out there. So I've always liked these thumb picks because I sweat a lot under all these studio lights and things like that, and it's always stayed on my thumb, no problem. And actually, this is his newest model. He just released his light gauge line. So if you are somebody like me who likes to use thin picks, this is the perfect one for you. Of course, he also offers a convenient variety pack with all different gauges of picks. So if you have a guitar player in your life and you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift, stocking stuffer, definitely check out the Black Mountain picks. I will link them in the description box down below, as well as in this iCard right up here. All right, so moving right into the second strumming pattern, as you can see, it's down, down, up, down, up, and the whole thing's gonna sound like this. So your ears might have picked it up, but the first half of this strumming pattern is exactly the same rhythm as our first strumming pattern, but we're just kind of ending it with a different extension. So we have down, down, up, down, up. You still want to have that kind of bouncy, like dancey kind of feel to the rhythm. So we have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, a 4, a 1, 2, a 4, a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All right, so let's go ahead and practice that with one of our chords. Let's just do our D chord. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Awesome. So basically you want to use this strumming pattern for any of those chords that you're going to hold on to a little bit longer. So for example, if we bring that verse back up, we talked about how our D to D major 7 is a quick transition. So we're using strumming pattern 1, down, down, up, down, down, up. But then on this last D, you're going to hold it out for a full measure. So that's when you would switch to the second strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. All right? So that first line, we're going to be using both strumming patterns. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All right? And most of the rest of this song follows that same formula. So if we continue going, D, D7, E minor, A7. So that whole line is strumming pattern 1. The next one is as well, E minor, A7, E minor, A7. Then on this last line, you're going to go to strumming pattern 2 and do the full pattern. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. All right? So for the whole verse, it'll sound like this. Strumming pattern 1, 2, 1. Stay on 1. Switch to 2. You got it. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. All right, awesome. So most of the song follows that exact same pattern. As you know, this song is pretty repetitive, so the only other part we have to talk about is the pre-chorus and chorus. So let's go ahead and bring up an example of that on screen. And again, you're using the same strumming patterns to play through these as well. So we have our G chord. We're going to start on our second strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. D diminished 7. Down, down, up, to D. Repeat that twice. E7. 2 times. And then A. I like to just do a single down strum on that A, but you could also continue strumming pattern 2 as well. So without stopping, it sounds like this. So that's kind of how that whole song goes. The rest of it, like I said, is very repetitive. So we've gone over how the whole song structure goes. So now let's go ahead and put everything we've learned together in this tutorial to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. If you want to play through the rest of the song with me, then make sure to check out my full play-along tutorial for free on my Patreon page. I'll make sure to link it in the description box down below, as well as in this iCard right up here. Unfortunately, on YouTube, I run into a lot of copyright issues with playing through the whole song and things like that, but this whole thing is free on my Patreon page, as well as a free printable guide that has everything I taught in this tutorial in it, including the chords, the strumming, and the lyrics and everything. So that's also for free that you can print out. So I'll make sure to link both of those things in the description box down below. So make sure to check that out. But that does end the video today, so thank you so much for watching. If this helped you, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below, as well as subscribe to my channel. That way you never miss out on any other new tutorials. Another thank you goes out to Enya Music and Black Mountain Picks for sponsoring today's video. And I also wanted to do a special shout out to my top patrons over on my Patreon page. I'll make sure to have all of their names listed on screen right now. And of course, a thank you goes out to all of my patrons for supporting my channel and making videos just like this one possible. You guys are awesome. Here are my social media sites in case you'd like to follow me on any of those. That's just where I do fun things like behind the scenes looks at things I'm working on. I'll poll you guys on what you want to learn next, and I'll even do giveaways on there a few times a year, so make sure to check it out. But that ends the video today, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that it helped, and happy holidays. Bye!